Max Scherzer, double-digit Ks.
We're busting ours to kick yours.
Fun to watch.
Minus 15.
Respect all, fear none.
Into the upper deck.
Intensity is not a curfew.
Oh, mercy.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're looking live on the MASN Newsroom on this Monday afternoon. Welcome into MASN All Access. I'm your host, Paul Mancano. Thanks so much for tuning in. The Orioles went 2-2 on the weekend, sort of. They finished up a suspended game on Friday with a 6-2 win, so technically that W goes in the books for last Sunday. Then the Birds dropped 2 of 3 to the defending world champion Washington Nationals. But the weekend was not without its bright spots. Anthony Santander extended his hit streak to 11 games with 2 homers yesterday off Max Scherzer. Keegan Akin made his big league debut on Friday. Pedro Severino crushed his former team to the tune of 4 hits, a homer, and 5 RBIs. And the O's got strong pitching performances from guys like Asher Wojciechowski, Tanner Scott, and the newly acquired Jorge Lopez. All in all, the O's find themselves with a 12-9 record in third place in the AL East. They're just 3 games behind the Yankees and 1 game behind the second-place Rays. And remember, the top 2 teams in every division make the postseason this year. The O's open up a series with the Blue Jays at home tonight. Well, with no minor league season this summer, a lot of minor leaguers are having to get creative with their time, and we're bringing in a couple guys now on MASN All Access that have made very good use of their time, finishing up their degrees during this time away from baseball. We're joined now by recent Orioles draftees from the 2019 Orioles draft class, Shelton Perkins and Johnny Reiser. Guys, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey there.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having us.
So let's talk about the fact that you guys used this time better than I think just about anybody could have while you are away from baseball, so to speak, at least organized baseball, and that is the fact that you guys finished up your degrees at school. And let's start with you, Johnny. TCU, you're a Texas native. First off, why'd you pick TCU, and how was your experience going to that school?
Yeah. So it's been a cool journey. I decided to pick TCU just because I was at Blinn Junior College. I was grinding. I was looking for a Division I offer, and I had a couple schools, but TCU really stood out to me just from the coaching aspect, the team aspect. They went to 4 College World Series in a row. So I was really looking for a good program, and TCU was just a good fit. I really enjoyed it, and I decided to major in communications with a business minor, and just going back to school and getting that degree was very important to me.
And what made you pick that major, and why did you decide to get your degree in that?
Yeah, I decided to pick communications with a business minor because I was actually a business major, but I just decided to do communications because it was a little better fit for me. Just going in there, it was a good school. You could do a lot with communications. You can go from public relations, you can do journalism, anything you could ever want. And with that degree, I plan on doing financial advising actually, which is pretty interesting to me. I knew one guy, he was a cool guy. He works for Edward Jones, and hopefully I can go down that same route and get something going, you know?
Yeah, it sounds like a much more lucrative and financially better decision than going into journalism like I did. So honestly, a little jealous there at this point. But Shelton, let's talk about you too. You went to James Madison. You're a North Carolina guy. Why'd you pick James Madison?
I started out at East Carolina University, spent a year there, transferred to a junior college, Pitt Community College. And then after that, made it to James Madison University. It just felt right. You know, I had a good relationship with the coaches there. And my coach at Pitt Community College, Tommy Eason, he had a good coach. He had a good reputation with the coaches at JMU. So I thought it was just a great fit, and it was.
And coming from Wilmington, which you were a little bit more beachy, was it a little surprising to go through the mountains to get to JMU?
No doubt about it. The fog, you can't see anything. The winters, it's snow. Even when it's not winter, there's some snow, and I'd probably seen snow one time in my life, so it was very different.
Sounds good. Well, Johnny, you just touched on it, but Shelton, why was it important for you to go back and finish your degree, take 3 classes this summer, and make sure that you got that degree during this time off, so to speak?
It was really for my parents. That was really important to them. They always told me that, baseball is going to come to an end at some point, and that they needed me to have a backup plan. And they just really, stressed to me how they wanted me to get my degree. So I just felt like this was a perfect time to kind of finish that.
Well, Johnny, you said you would be a financial advisor if you had to pick a career other than baseball. So, Shelton, what career would you pick? Majoring in sport and recreation management with a minor in business. What career would you pick other than baseball if you had to?
Man, I would love to have my own facility. Just kind of give back to my community who's given me so much. Just to have them a place where their kids can go and get better, whether that be at baseball or football, soccer, basketball, it doesn't matter. So that's really my plan, is to put a facility in my town, because we don't have one right now, where people can come in and get better.
That's awesome. Well, Johnny, you used this time as well as you could off the field in getting your degree, but how have you worked on your baseball life and improved on the field as well during this time? Have you been able to work out and work on different things during this time?
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky, I'd say, because I have this training facility 20 minutes from my house, and a bunch of pro guys go there. I've been going there ever since I was a young kid, and so decided to train there. And it's been pretty good so far. I've just been working out, hitting balls with other guys. Pretty much, I feel like I'm in the same boat as everybody else. We don't really know what we're doing. Just going as we go and seeing what happens.
Sounds good. Shelton, how about you? Have you had time during this time to work on different things on the field?
I did. When I was at home, right after we left spring training, I was there for about 3 months. I got with a few pro guys around there. We worked together. And then we had about 4 pro guys back at JMU who I was teammates with. And we all decided to come back to JMU and work with each other. And there was hitters that we could face that were playing for JMU at the time, but they were playing in a local county league. So it was kind of, perfect scenario where we could just go and be with other pro guys. Because for a while there, I was thrown into a net at home for a while. So it was really good to get back here, and we've really put in some good work.
Well, both you guys had awesome success after you were drafted in 2019 in the Orioles organization. Johnny, you hit over 300 in a small sample size at Aberdeen. You got moved up to Delmarva, and then you hit over 300 again, 305 in Aberdeen and then 310 in Delmarva. What was the key to your success right after you were drafted, and were you surprised at all by the fact that you hit the ground running?
Yeah, so my key to success was pretty much just compete every single pitch, every single at bat. I wasn't really trying to go out there, and I was just doing what I do, and I was just trying to hit it. But I wasn't surprised. I was just carrying from what I did at TCU, and I was just around a good group of guys, so it was pretty easy and pretty comfortable playing with all of them. It wasn't like jumping into a program where I was nervous and afraid I had to perform. I was just going out there and having fun.
Nice. And Shelton, you had an ERA just over 2 in about 15 relief appearances in Aberdeen. Were you used to coming out of the bullpen? Did you do that a lot at JMU? And why were you so comfortable at Aberdeen in your first year?
Yeah, I came out of the bullpen at JMU. So I was pretty used to that. But I love those pressure situations coming out of the bullpen. And you have an inning or 2 innings to do your job, and then you're done. I like that. Yeah, like Johnny said, man, we had a really good group of guys. I feel like it would have been totally different if, it came in and there was, a lot of guys who you really didn't get along with. You're trying to prove yourself every time you go out, which you always are. But I feel like I was a little bit more comfortable knowing that, my teammates had my back. And I was just having fun, man. It was fun to play in Aberdeen. That atmosphere was pretty cool. So I would say confidence. I just had a lot of confidence with the guys backing me. So it made my job a lot easier.
Well, Shelton, you just touched on it. Both of you guys come from different areas of the country, and you're plopped in Maryland and in Aberdeen to start. And then, Johnny, you get a taste of Delmarva as well. What do you guys think of the atmosphere, moving pretty much across the country for both of you guys and having to play in a new environment and succeeding? Johnny, let's start with you.
So it's a different experience, different culture for sure. And I just went out there. I knew everyone else was in the same boat. There's guys from all over, Dominican Republic to California to Oregon to New York, just all over the country. And, I was out there. I was just having fun. I was just pretending it was just anywhere else. And you could get drafted anywhere in the country. And so ended up getting drafted to Maryland and just went with it. And it was a good time. From Aberdeen to Delmarva is two different places, and you just got to enjoy every bit of it.
Sheldon, how about you?
Yeah, no, Aberdeen was awesome. It was really awesome. Luckily, I had some family that lived in Bowie, so they weren't too far away.
Perfect.
So I was kind of comfortable there. I had a great host family. So it really was just a great experience for my first year.
And what did you guys think of the Orioles organization? I feel like you couldn't have a better introduction than playing at Cal Stadium in Aberdeen, the area that he grew up, and you have a mock warehouse, if you will. Did you guys get a good taste of the Orioles organization? Let's start with Johnny.
Definitely. It honestly felt like home. It kind of felt like we were playing for Orioles fans just because they're all out there and they're all excited to watch us. And as we move up, they'll just keep watching us. And it's kind of like family. So.
Yeah. Shelton, what do you say?
Yeah, I would agree, man. The excitement in that stadium, the crab smell reminded me of home. It was awesome. And I'm excited to keep playing for the fans and excited to be in the Orioles system.
Well, the Orioles fans are certainly excited to see you guys move up through the levels of the organization, and we're excited to see you guys hit the ground running like you did in 2019. So congratulations first and foremost on finishing your degrees, and thanks so much for joining me here on MASN All Access.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having us.
Alex Cobb takes the ball tonight for the Birds. He hasn't faced the Blue Jays since August of 2018, and he's going up against Toronto's prized free agent acquisition from the offseason, Hyunjin Ryu. Lefty got off to a slow start with the Blue Jays, but he's posted impressive starts in his two most recent appearances. Game starts at 7:35 from Oriole Park at Camden Yards, and our coverage starts at 7 o'clock with O's Extra on MASN. And of course, you can't forget about the MASN All Access podcast. Steve Molesky of MASNsports.com hopped on the most recent episode, which you can listen to on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Watch it on the MASN Orioles YouTube account. Watch it on the MASN All Access Facebook account. Basically anywhere you get your podcasts, you can get the MASN All Access podcast. That just about does it for our show today. Thanks to Brendan Mortensen and Hannah Broder behind the scenes. Thanks, of course, to Shelton Perkins and Johnny Reiser for joining today's show. Don't forget Orioles and Blue Jays tonight on MASN. Coverage starts at 7 o'clock. I'm Paul Mancano. Thank you so much for tuning in.